Pop ass niggas, man. Y'all some
They look ugly as talking shit.
She talk hella shit, bitch ass. That bitch talk hella shit. Like that's all she know how to do.
Just after midnight, December 7th, 2024. A frantic call pierces the silence of Mount Airy Forest. Unresponsive. Body found. Gunshot wound. 20-year-old Lanyah Dawson. Dead. But the terror doesn't stop there. Hours before, Lanyah texted her mother. No fear. No warning. No hint of danger. How could a life so full of promise end in such a desolate place, with no cry for help, no final word? Who was with her in those last moments?
Tonight, a family is asking for answers after a 20-year-old mother was shot and killed in Mount Airy Forest. WWT News 5's Daisy Kershaw speaking with her loved ones tonight. She now joins us live with the latest on this case and their fight for justice.
Responding officers and fire department personnel arrived to a scene that confirmed the worst. 20-year-old Lanyah Dawson was gone, dead from a gunshot wound. Her passing was pronounced right there, triggering an immediate homicide investigation. This wasn't a sudden roadside accident. This was a brutal act, committed in a location specifically described as secluded and closed off to vehicle traffic. Pedestrian accessible, yes, but isolating. A calculated choice. A deliberate action. It complicates everything. How did a life so full of promise end in such a desolate, silent place? Lanyah Dawson, a devoted mother to a 1-year-old daughter. Her grandmother remembered her as a beautiful person and a beautiful soul who kept us laughing all the time. Her mother, Nyrisha, described her as the life of the party, very fun, outgoing, always there for others. You could always call her and she would be there for you. Yet, this beloved young woman was found in a place designed for concealment, for quiet, for shadows. It defies understanding. How did a life so full of promise end in such a desolate, silent place? What makes this especially unsettling is Lanyah's last known interaction. In the critical hours leading up to her body's discovery, she was texting her mother. Nyrisha recalled something chilling. Lanyah showed no signs of distress. That's what's so weird to me, Nyrisha recounted, because it's like, dude, her life was in danger in any type of way. She already knows she can call on any of us and we all be there for her. No cry for help. No hint of danger. Just a sudden, terrifying shift from normal communication to cold, horrifying reality. The contradiction is profound. The questions it raises are endless. How did a life so full of promise end in such a desolate, silent place? And will we ever truly know the answer? Welcome to Viral True Crime Stories, where we bring you the most compelling and heartbreaking true crime cases. Every story we share is based on real events that deserve to be heard. Kindly support us by subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell icon so you never miss an important story. This story will be taking us to Cincinnati. Lanyah Dawson, at just 20 years old, was the kind of person who filled a room with light. Her grandmother, Janet Crenshaw, described Lanyah as a beautiful person and a beautiful soul who kept us laughing all the time. Her mother, Nyrisha Dawson, captured her essence perfectly. She meant a lot to us. She was my baby, but she also was everybody's baby too. Lanyah was undeniably the life of the party, very fun, outgoing, and a constant source of support for those around her. You could always call her, and she would be there for you, Nyrisha remembered. She was a loving big sister, a cherished daughter. This was not a person who faded into the background. At the core of Lanyah's world was her 1-year-old daughter. This little girl was her everything. Lanyah embraced motherhood with a profound love, a fierce dedication. Every decision, every dream, was touched by the hope she held for her child's future. Her days were a balance of nurturing her baby, connecting with friends, and pursuing her own passion. Lanyah was an amateur rapper, a detail that might suggest a wider social sphere, or perhaps interests unknown to those closest to her publicly. It paints a picture of a young woman with layers, with aspirations, with a rich internal world. This picture of a vibrant, deeply connected young woman makes the circumstances of her death profoundly jarring. How could someone so full of life, so entwined with her family, so ready to offer help and seek it when needed, end up shot dead in a remote, restricted area of a sprawling forest? This is the piercing question that defies logic. It pulls at the edges of every known fact about Lanyah. Her family's certainty that she would have reached out if in danger only deepens the puzzle. It forces us to confront an unsettling possibility that Lanyah's last moments were utterly beyond her control, or with someone she profoundly misjudged.
I just remember the screaming, her yelling, "Lanyah is dead, is dead, is dead," and it just keeps playing over and over in my head.
Because she did not deserve this, to be shot in the head and left in the cold and left to die.
Her mother, Lanyah Dawson, now mourning her little girl.
A call comes in the dead of night. News that shatters everything. A report of a body discovered. A life violently taken. A gunshot wound confirmed. For a moment, the world holds its breath, waiting for clarity that never truly arrives. This is not a distant headline. This is a cold reality that strikes at the core of what we understand about safety and home. Have you ever felt the ground shift beneath your feet? Had a single moment instantly divide your life into before and after? For one Cincinnati family, that nightmare became a brutal reality. This is the story of Lanyah Dawson, a young woman whose existence was suddenly ended, leaving behind a profound quietness that cries out for justice. But what truly led this bright 20-year-old to such a desolate, silent place? And who could commit such an act, then simply vanish without a trace? The truth, if it can ever be fully uncovered, lies hidden within Mount Airy Forest, and perhaps within the conscience of a city. Before we continue this chilling exploration, if you stand for justice for victims like Lanyah, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments below, what do you think happened to Lanyah? The facts are stark. Early Saturday, December 7th, 2024, at midnight, Lanyah Dawson's body was found. The location, Trail Ridge Road, deep within Cincinnati's Mount Airy Forest. This wasn't a street corner or a busy area. This particular section of the park is set apart, notably closed off to vehicle traffic. It is a place that requires effort to reach, accessible primarily to those on foot. This detail is not minor. It is foundational to understanding the crime itself. The choice of such a remote, restricted site speaks volumes. It wasn't a spontaneous act of violence in a public space. It suggests a deliberate plan, an intent to minimize any potential witnesses, to delay the discovery of the body, and to complicate the initial efforts of law enforcement. This setting pushes the narrative away from impulsive violence and firmly towards a crime that was considered, perhaps even rehearsed. It raises immediate, unsettling questions about the perpetrator's familiarity with the forest, or their method of bringing Lanyah to this hidden spot. How did Lanyah arrive at Trail Ridge Road? Was she brought there by someone she trusted, only for that trust to be catastrophically betrayed? Was she forced to walk into her own ending, every step leading her deeper into a terrifying unknown? Or was this a sudden, shocking ambush in the dead of night, leaving her no chance to react, no chance to escape? The very geography of the crime scene demands these questions, pulling at the thread of Lanyah's final movements. But perhaps the most unsettling detail isn't the precise coordinates of her body, but the chilling contradiction that emerged from Lanyah's last known conversation. In the hours leading up to Lanyah Dawson's discovery, a seemingly routine exchange took place. Her mother, Lanyah, was in text message communication with her. A normal conversation, the kind between a loving mother and her daughter. But in hindsight, it becomes a haunting record. A record of what wasn't there. Lanyah remembers Lanyah showing no signs of any trouble, no hint of distress. This detail, more than any other, wrenches at the very fabric of the case. That's what's so weird to me, Lanyah recounted, the confusion still evident in her voice. Because it's like, dude, her life was in danger in any type of way. She already knows she can call on any of us, and we all be there for her. A young woman known for being outgoing, supportive, and someone who would readily reach out for help, apparently found herself in a situation so dire, so sudden, that she had no chance. No warning. No opportunity to alert her family. The shift from ordinary communication to cold reality happened with terrifying speed, leaving behind a silence that is impossible to comprehend. This is where the story truly becomes a paradox. How could someone so connected, so loved, so aware of her options for help, simply disappear into such a terrifying void without a single plea? It's a contradiction that has confounded everyone involved, from Lanyah's grieving family to the investigators searching for answers. This chilling detail begs the ultimate question: who was Lanyah within her final hours? And how did a situation escalate with such terrifying speed that it left no trace, no cry for help, only an unsolved silence? Lanyah Dawson's cause of death was clear: a gunshot wound. The grim reality established at the scene in Mount Airy Forest. Yet, beyond this basic fact, the path to justice remains obstructed. The investigation into Lanyah's murder is ongoing. But as days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, a chilling absence persists. As of today, no arrests have been made. No individuals have been publicly identified as suspects, and no clear motive for this brutal act has been released to the public. The very nature of the crime scene complicates the search for answers. A secluded location, designed to deter vehicle traffic, offers few immediate clues. The absence of casual witnesses, the delayed discovery of the body, and the inherent difficulty of gathering immediate evidence in such a vast, natural environment create significant challenges for law enforcement. It suggests a perpetrator who understood the landscape, who planned for the quiet, and who successfully left little behind. The police, faced with this overwhelming quietness, have been forced to turn outwards. They are relying heavily on public appeals, urging anyone with information to come forward. It is a situation that requires a community equally heartbroken and baffled to become the eyes and ears that police cannot be. If you are finding yourself pulled into this mystery, if you feel the weight of this unsolved case, then you understand how important it is for these stories to be told. Please, consider sharing this video. You never know whose eyes it might reach, whose memory it might spark. Remember Lanyah's last text message to her mother? That detail, the lack of any distress, is crucial. If you missed it, or want to truly grasp its full weight, you might want to review that part of the story later. It holds a key to understanding the depth of this tragedy. The reliance on public appeals, on Crime Stoppers numbers, paints a clear picture. Someone out there knows something. Someone holds the key to Lanyah's justice. But as time continues its relentless march, the quietness surrounding this case grows deeper, and the grief, for one little girl, becomes an unbearable weight. Lanyah's sudden ending has carved a deep chasm of grief and confusion into her family. Her mother, Lanyah Dawson, articulated a pain no parent should bear, lamenting that Lanyah still had a whole life ahead of her. A future stolen. Dreams unlived. This loss extends beyond immediate sorrow, casting a long shadow over the future, particularly for the youngest, most innocent victim of this crime. Marie Dawson, Lanyah's aunt, articulated the family's core demand for resolution, emphasizing the enduring impact on Lanyah's young daughter. It is not fair for her child to grow up and not have justice, she stated powerfully. When she grows up, she's going to have questions, and we need to have answers for her. This speaks to the heavy, long-term emotional and psychological load placed upon the child who will mature without her mother, perpetually seeking clarity. Perhaps the most piercing detail of this entire tragedy lies with Lanyah's one-year-old daughter. According to Lanyah, the child has been calling out for her mother since her death, now for the first time without answer. This innocent expression of profound loss cuts to the core. It's an immediate, visceral impact extending far beyond Lanyah herself, reaching into the heart of her innocent offspring. A child's cry, reaching into an empty space. This is not merely a consequence, it is a deep, continuous emotional wound that touches the most vulnerable survivor. On the Saturday night following the discovery of Lanyah's body, family and friends gathered near the parking lot of Walnut Hills High School for a moving vigil. Candles were arranged to form her initials, prayers were offered for the person responsible to be found, and balloons were set free into the sky, a symbol of remembrance. The family's plea to the public remains urgent, filled with raw emotion. We need someone to speak out, Lanyah pleaded. Think about it as if it was your family member, your daughter, your sister, your brother, your auntie, your uncle, someone that you love. Think about that. They are desperately seeking any fragment of information that could lead to an arrest and bring peace for Lanyah. This isn't just about Lanyah anymore. It's about a child's future, forever shaded by a deep, unsolved quiet. It's about a mother's plea echoing into the emptiness. And it's about the truth, waiting to be brought to light. The murder of Lanyah Dawson continues to be a deep, disturbing mystery. With no arrests made and no individuals publicly identified, the fundamental questions of who committed this act and why it happened continued to haunt Cincinnati. The perplexing circumstances of her death in a secluded area, paired with her last known interaction showing no signs of distress, only deepen the enigma surrounding her final moments. The absence of a clear reason or a named perpetrator leaves a void that only justice can begin to fill. The true cost of this unsolved crime is immeasurable. It is the constant pain of Lanyah's family, who endure profound sorrow without clarity. It is the absence of justice, a critical pillar of peace denied. And most heartbreakingly, it is the heavy burden placed upon a child, Lanyah's one-year-old daughter, who will grow up shaped by this immense, unanswered quietness. This is the profound emotional weight of an unsolved silence, echoing through lives forever altered. Our deepest sympathies go out to Lanyah Dawson's family and loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. The story of her life, full of promise and devotion as a mother, makes her tragic loss even more profound. No family should have to endure the pain of an unsolved crime, especially one that has left a child calling out for her mother without answer. We stand with you in your grief and your unwavering fight for justice. May Lanyah's memory continue to shine brightly, and may your courage inspire those who hold the key to this mystery to finally come forward. Our thoughts are with her daughter, her mother Nyrisha, her grandmother Janet, her Aunt Marie, and all who cherished her. The ongoing search for answers in Lanyah Dawson's case depends entirely on public cooperation. Cincinnati police continue to urge anyone with information to contact the CPD Homicide Unit at 513-352-3542 or Crime Stoppers at 513-352-3040. The family's desperate and heartfelt pleas underscore a firm belief someone in the community possesses vital information that could unlock this case, bring comfort to a grieving family, and finally deliver justice for a young mother whose life was tragically and inexplicably taken. Dear viewers, if you found this investigation insightful, kindly like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for future updates. It will mean a lot to us and encourage us to keep bringing you these true crime stories. Thanks for watching till the end, and until the next video, stay safe.